So you want to tell them a radical story. So what that basically means is radical, right? And you want to leave it kind of open-ended. So an example might be something like this. When I was pitching from real estate, I would say, yeah, I had these clients, they had this huge issue. I talked to them for months and months and months, and they couldn't get the funding, and it was $1 million piece of property, and they really, really wanted it, and it just seemed like their IRA wasn't coming through, their 401k wasn't being cashed out, problem after problem after problem. Eventually I had to let them go, right? And people on the other side of the phone are like, whoa, right? And I'm like, but a few days ago, I got a phone call from, his name's Bill. Bill called me and said, hey Chris, I think I have the funding, can you send over the necessary paperwork? And I said, yeah, but the problem is I need you to go down on tour and check out the property first, but I would more than love to get your money in and take care of you. And he said, okay, great, shoot me over information, I want to look at what properties are available now. And I would continue on. So I leave it open-ended, right? So they don't know what the fuck happened. But obviously I've grabbed your attention. So in the juice game, right? It could be something like this. 2 weeks ago, we released something that was going to change the face of vaping called Nic Salts, and it was a huge risk. And we had to find buyers, we had to find the right nicotine, we had to test it. It was this whole lengthy process. And within 2 weeks, we actually sold out. But the problem was one of our manufacturers wasn't able to overnight our product to us fast enough, and we had a big time buyer that wanted to work on a 6-figure deal with us. And I actually happened to be the rep in charge of that. And he finally called me, but he'd been yelling at me. He called me back last night. I don't know if I'm going to get the product to him because that's, it's like 10,000 units. I can sell smaller amounts, but 10,000 units is absolutely crazy. I'm trying to get it squared away with him. And I finally was able to calm him down. I gave him some free samples because that's the situation is people are coming to us trying to buy thousands of these things at a time, and boom, go forward. So I'm not giving you a conclusion to the story, right? I'm getting you wanting more. I'm getting you on the edge of your seat, right? That's step one.
The cliffhanger.
So product doesn't matter, they don't matter, you matter. So how you want to basically do this is you tell your story, and then you go into why it's a benefit to work with you and the company, and not so much the product and them, right? So you might say something like, look, James, I understand that you are on the fence and this is something you might want to buy, but here's the reality of the situation. I have a lot of people calling me, and I'm very selective of who I'm going to work with. Because I could literally pick up the phone and call 5 or 6 people that will put orders in, and it'll devalue my product. So our process over here is we want to make sure you're a qualified brand partner before we go ahead and move forward.
Oh, I like that, qualified brand partner.
Qualified brand partner. And now it flips the script, and now they're coming at you like, what does that mean? Right? It changes it to where they are the sale. You need money from them. You need them to buy the product too. Well, how do I become a qualified brand partner? You guys writing this down? How do I become a qualified brand partner? That's an example, right? You can change it up a little bit, but that's my example. Here comes the test of time. There's some lines I came up with this. Obviously, any good deal, whether you're buying a TV or a car, and there's a big no-no, because then it feels like using sales tactics on them. So what you want to do is you want to be subtle and do takeaways, way more powerful. So I would say something like this. Harlan, as you know, good deals, they come and they go. But they come very quick, they come and they go very quickly. All right, so I'm not trying to give you any pressure at all. In fact, do whatever makes you feel comfortable. But this deal is gonna be done in the next couple hours. Because now I've said, do whatever makes you feel comfortable. It's up to you, you have the right of way. But as you know, Mr. Jones, good deals like this, they don't last forever. And I'm saying it as a matter of fact. I'm not saying like, oh, you need to buy, I need you. No, as a matter of fact, good deals, they come, they go. And you can even throw a story in there too. I got my car $1,000 off because I bought it last year in January. If I waited a couple days, I wouldn't have gotten that deal. Same thing with this. It's 10, 5% off. That's not at the end of the day. Do whatever makes you feel comfortable. You want to pick this up next week? That's fine. It will be different. But again, I'm not here to pressure you. You do whatever makes you feel right. But I am here to be the expert in my field, and I think you should take advantage of this. I would do something like that. And the last one, this will hit them right between the eyes. So you want to do these in combination. What I mean by that is, you want to make it bigger than you two talking on the phone. So what I would say is something like, look, John, other companies, they're pumping out a lot of products really quick. They're selling to anybody and everybody that will pick up the phone. They're dropping their price. But with us, we want to make sure, one, we release quality products. We have a good quality. Everything is lined up, and it's hopefully, there's no perfect method, but hopefully it's not going to fail. And on top of that, we are one of the most transparent companies in the entire industry. So check out our YouTube or one of our social media platforms, right? And that makes us different. So it's not about me trying to sell you today. It's about me making sure this would be a good fit and this would be a quality buy for you. And now I've made it bigger, right? I made it bigger than them. I made it bigger than both of us. Right? We can even take it a step further. I'm not here to call every single shop I can in the database and sell them. What I'm here to do is make sure we're a good fit and you'll make some money, and your customers, more importantly, will have a quality, consistent product that they'll enjoy and come back. Because at the end of the day, we're here to get people off of smoking. We're not here to close you and try to get money out of you. We're here to make quality products to hopefully get people to live a different lifestyle. Boom, right between the head, right? Pitch on logic. You can, I don't want to say never, but you really shouldn't pitch on logic, because the problem with logic is you'll get into an analytical battle of deciphering price, cost of goods, the way it's made, and you'll get in this whole battle of analytics, and that's a battle that's very, very hard to win. Very, very hard, because and you probably talk to some people that are super analytical, right? You can win some of them over, and I have, but it's way more powerful to pitch on emotion. They pitch to the emotion of them, and that's kind of what they set you up to do, is to hit them in the emotions. Logic, again, I would try not to do it because it is a harder sale. And some people say the more knowledge, the better. Yes, you do need to be an expert in your field. You do need to answer questions, but you want to avoid getting into a logical battle. And how do you do that? You can start running the script on them. Just tell them a radical story and run through it.